You certainly eat fast, Mr. Keel.
Eating don't get you anywhere, boy. Tell my daughter I went home.
All right.
Oh, Father, you're not leaving, are you?
Got all kinds of business to tend to.
Oh, that's not true. You're just going to sit alone in your room, and you know it. Why don't you stay? Mr. Billings here, and Mr. Hofstad will be here soon. Stay, it'll be interesting for you.
Got all kinds of business. Only reason I've come over was the butcher told me you bought roast beef today. It was very tasty, dear.
Oh, why don't you wait for Tom? He's just taking the boys for a walk.
You suppose he'd mind if I filled my pipe?
Oh, go right ahead. And take an apple. You should always have fruit in your room.
No. Wouldn't think of it.
Father, why don't you come and live with us? I often wonder if you're eating.
I'm eating.
Well, that must be Mr. Hofstad. Oh, good evening, Peter.
Good evening, Catherine. How are you tonight? Mr. Keel?
Your Honor. See you soon, Catherine.
You mustn't mind him, Peter. He's getting awfully old. Would you like something to eat?
No, thank you, Catherine.
Oh, he just, dropped by.
That's all right. I can't take any hot food in the evening anyway. I stick to my tea and toast. Much healthier, more economical.
Well, you sound as if you thought that Tom and I threw money out the window.
Oh, not you, Catherine. He wouldn't be home, would he?
No, he's taking the boys for a walk.
Oh, don't you think it's a little dangerous, right after dinner? That sounds like my brother now.
Oh, Thomas hasn't knocked on the door for 10 years. Good evening, Mr. Hofstad.
Sorry I'm late. I was held up at the printing shop. And good evening, Your Honor.
Hofstad? On business, no doubt.
Partly it's about an article for the paper.
I didn't doubt it. I understand my brother has become a very prolific contributor to your, what do you call it, the People's Daily Liberator?
The People's Daily Messenger, sir. The doctor sometimes honors a messenger when he wants to uncover the real truth on some subject.
The truth? Oh, yes. Yes, I see.
Won't you have something to eat,
No,
Mr.
thank you.
I don't want you to think I blame my brother for using your columns, Mr. Hofstad. After all, every performer goes after the audience that applauds him most. I really have nothing against your paper, Mr. Hofstad.
I really didn't think so, Your Honor.
Oh, won't you sit down, gentlemen?
Thank you, Catherine. I happen to be very proud of the tolerance we have in our town. It's magnificent. Just don't forget that we have it, because we all believe in the same thing. It brings us together.
Kirsten Springs, you mean?
The Springs, Mr. Hofstad. Our wonderful new Springs. They've changed the soul of this town. Mark my words. Kirsten Springs is going to put this town on the map, and there's no question about it.
Oh, Tom always says so. He says that...
Everything is shooting ahead. Real estate is going up. Money is changing hands every hour. Business is humming.
And no more unemployment.
Right. Give us a really good summer, and sick people will be coming here in carloads. The Springs could be a regular fad. A new Carlsbad. And for once, the well-to-do people in this town won't be the only ones paying taxes.
I hear reservations are really starting to come in.
Coming in every day. Looks promising. Very, very promising.
That's fine. Then the doctor's article will come in handy.
Oh? He's written something again?
Oh, no, it's a piece he wrote during the winter recommending the Springs, but I let the article lie because I thought...
Why, some hitch in it?
Oh, no, I just thought it would have a bigger effect in the spring when people start planning for the summer.
Oh, that's smart, Mr. Hofstad. Very smart.
Oh, Tom is always so full of ideas about the Springs. Why, every day
He ought to be, my dear. He gets his salary from the Springs.
Oh, I think it's more than that, don't you? After all, Dr. Stockmann created Kirsten Springs.
You don't say. Well, I've been hearing that lately. But I did think that I had a certain modest part.
Oh, Peter, I'm sure that's not...
I only meant the original idea was his.
Oh, my good brother is never at a loss for ideas. All sorts of ideas. But when it comes to putting them into action, you need another kind of man. But I did think, at least in this house...
Oh, now, Peter, I'm sure he didn't... Why don't you go and have a bite to eat? My husband should be home very soon.
Thank you. Maybe a little something.
Isn't it remarkable? Why is it that people without background can never learn tact?
Oh, now, Peter, why upset yourself? Why can't you share the honors like good brothers?
The trouble is, Catherine, that certain men are not interested in sharing with others.
Oh, nonsense. You've always got along beautifully with Tom.
All right, boys, in you go. Catherine, here's another guest for you. Give me your coat, Captain Horton.
No. Oh, that's right. You don't wear overcoats.
In you go, boys.
Oh. You kids are probably hungry all over again.
Good evening, boys. Come in here, Captain. I want you to get a look at this roast.
Wonderful weather.
Oh, Doctor.
I want it.
Peter! Say, now, this is really nice.
I'll have to go in a minute.
Oh, nonsense. Not with the toddy on the table. You haven't forgotten the toddy, have you, Catherine?
Oh, no. Have the water boiling for it.
Toddy, too?
Of course. Sit down. Make yourself at home.
No, no, thanks. I don't go in much for drinking parties.
Well, this is no party.
What else do you call it? Thomas, it's extraordinary to me how you people can consume all of that food and live.
Why, what's finer than to watch young people eat? Peter, those are the fellows who are going to stir up the whole future.
Is that so? Well, what is there to stir up?
Don't worry. They'll let us know when the time comes. Old idiots like you and me will be left
Well,
behind.
I've never been called that before.
Oh, Peter, don't jump on me every minute, will you? You know your trouble, Peter? Your impressions are blunted. You ought to sit up there in that crooked corner of the North for 5 years like I did and then come back here. It's like watching the first 7 days of creation.
Here?
Things to work and fight for, Peter. Without that, you're dead. Catherine, you sure the mailman came today?
There wasn't any mail today.
And another thing, Peter, a good income. That's something you learn to value after you've lived on a starvation diet.
When did you ever starve, Thomas?
Damn near. It was pretty tough going a lot of the time up there. And now to be able to live like a prince. Tonight, for instance, we had roast beef for dinner. And by God, there was enough left over for supper, too. Please have a piece. Come in here.
No, 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 please, certainly not.
Well, at least let me show it to you.
No.
We even have a tablecloth.
I saw it.
Live to the hilt. That's my motto. Anyway, Catherine says I'm earning almost as much as we spend.
Well, you're improving.
Why shouldn't I give myself the pleasure of having young, interesting people around me? You'll see. When Hofstad comes in later, we'll talk. And,
Hofstad told me he was going to print one of your articles.
one of my articles?
Yes, about the springs. An article you wrote during the winter.
Oh, that one. I don't want that one printed right now.
No? It sounded to me as though it would be very timely.
Under normal conditions, maybe so.
What's abnormal about conditions now?
I can't say that, Peter. Right now, at least not tonight. There could be a great deal abnormal about conditions. And then again, there could be nothing at all.